Welcome back to the Anarchy Garage, and today we're going to spring this on you because my Unimog has been painted. Now, we did the whole back end in Raptor in a previous episode, but the cab was still white, and although I'd done the repairs on it, the colour didn't match, and it has been away to be painted, and I'm going to see it now for the very first time. Wow! That is very blue. Right, let's go down and have a look and see what Ben has done to it.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating.
So here we go. Smog is collected from the body shop, and Ben at Polished Perfection has absolutely smashed this out of the park, especially with the time restraints we gave him with a 3-day paint job, and he has achieved all of that. It looks incredible. Now, the Unimog was always one of my dream vehicles I wanted to own. It was one of those that was up there with like a Ferrari, Lamborghini supercar territory for me, just because they are so unusual and you do not see them around. So not only to own this, but now with this incredible paint job on it, honestly, my mind is absolutely blown. So what I'm going to do now is give you a little walk around of Smog and show you what stage it's at the moment. The rear part of Smog then is done in a completely different paint material. You'll see on a previous episode we actually painted this in tint or Raptor. So the box is the exact same paint as the cab. It comes out in a kind of matte corrugated finish when you use bed liner, but it is very tough and durable, and that is the reason why I chose it. Because it is so tough, if we're going down any narrow lanes and there's bushes or branches sticking out, I'm not worried about a really shiny paint job on the back. So this will be long, hard wearing and durable. The black around the edges is standard bed liner colour, and I think it just frames it up really well and gives it that colour contrast to make it work. Smog does have then a tyre inflation system on it, but I am actually in the process of removing it. It has an air fitting on each corner so you can individually inflate the wheels or all together. The only thing is, it's a very outdated system. It works on a single reservoir here and then balances all the tyres, but that isn't exactly what I need with this. So what I'm doing is taking it all off and having a single PCL fitting just over the air tanks here, and I think that is going to actually serve it much better in the long run. On both sides of Smog then, we've actually got these storage cabinets. We've got the main ones up here which go onto the inside of the body, also these big large square ones which we're putting all the merchandise and the stand stuff in, and then there's another additional storage compartment behind the rear axles. Smog also has this really cool system to get onto the roof. So all you do is open the rear door, rotate the ladder around, and you can climb straight onto the roof platform. In a previous episode, I actually enlarged this by 3 times as well, meaning that there is loads and loads of storage on the roof. So it is super cool and you can view everything from up there. Welcome then to the back of Smog, and this is one of those really cool areas that just sold itself to me as soon as I found it. When I found Smog, I was actually going to look at a pickup truck, and when I got there, this was parked in the same compound. And after seeing the inside of this and just how dry it was and all the facilities, I couldn't resist the idea of a merch truck. So in the roof, it's actually got lighting. This all runs off the main batteries. It also had a parts washer in here. Now the parts washer is really cool because this was actually used on an archaeological dig for a number of years. So what they did is put the artifacts in here, washed them out under warm water, and then the extra water just drained out through the bottom. So it was a really well set up little area here. It's also got a night heater built down the bottom of the cupboard, and then it's got, or had, a fridge and freezer and oven in the back area as well, which is just down there. I have removed all of that now because I don't ever plan to be cooking in the back of this unless it is something simple like a pot noodle. Because we don't want the smell and the mess in here, we want to keep the clothing nice and clean, this is obviously a great area for it. Also, we've got these amazing cupboards up here by Henderson. Now, bear in mind, these cupboards are as old as this truck, so these are like 23-year-old, and they roll up and down beautifully. They're in wonderful condition. So it gives us loads of storage up here as well. So all we've got to do is make them look a little bit prettier, and it will come up with that super plush plan in here for us. The seating area of Smog then is a really nice place to be. You can easily fit 4 of you here, and possibly even 6 if you're elbow to elbow. You've got loads of natural light coming from these big side windows as well, so it is a nice place to sit and be. The big change though here is actually going to be to the seating. It is very comfortable as it is at the moment, very functional, but it's got these big 6-inch storage compartments on it behind the chairs. Now, not only does that stop you kind of getting your back all the way to where it is comfortable, it means that it's slightly too narrow to be a bed. So with removing these, it'll then become a 6-foot+ bed across the back of the box, which is much more usable. So this is still going to be a seating area, but I do want to be able to transform it into a bed for those overnight stops. Underneath the boxes though, or underneath the chairs, so this is the main storage unit on the side, on the driver's side, and then there's also the one on the passenger side, which is going to be the electrical cupboard. So that's where all of the batteries, the fuse breakers, and all of the power for the rear box is going to be contained. That way I can get to it from the outside, but it's also easy to actually bring the power onto the inside of the box as well. So here is the rear view from inside the box, and you'll see we've got again loads of natural light coming from this rear window on the door, and you can now see properly this rear bench area. This area is massive, it is over 6 foot, and you can easily sleep on this area here. We've also got our gazebo and all of our merchandise on this area as well, so it's a super clean area that's just going to be made super plush going forward. This side though is the one bit we haven't 100% decided on, because this is where the fridge freezer grill was, which a lot of it we weren't going to use and it was very dated. So we're thinking a TV on this side of it, and also a fridge just to be keeping drinks and stuff in as well. But the rest of the space we haven't quite planned out yet. So let us know in the comments below what you would put there to make this a super usable van. Also, we have got an additional shelf up here as well. So there's storage in every crevice on this. And also there is actually more storage just above the cab on the overhang as well. There's a massive shelf up there where we've got all of our banners and signage as well. So the back of Smog is working great. We are properly pleased with it, but the next step for it will be making it super plush, and that will be on a future episode of the garage. So let's now jump into the cab and you can have an explore in there as well. Driving Mog, and this is, to be fair, a great place to be. You can actually hold a conversation in here because of all the insulation that is actually standard on this model. It is quite a comfortable place to be. Now, this having the 5-speed Sprinter box as well is much more manageable with manoeuvring, and also you haven't got to use the split box. It is a simple 5-speed. It does have the high and low range as well, but obviously for normal driving you've just got your simple 5-speed, so it is great. The one thing I am going to be changing in a future episode though is this seat. It is the air ride seat, which is actually an upgraded optional extra. However, it just does not drop low enough, and to be fair, your feet are too far away from the pedals, and also you end up in this hunched over position to kind of drive it. Plus you've got no kind of shoulder support as well for those long journeys, so it is actually on the to-do list with this. But yeah, Smog drives like an overweight Sprinter van. It is fabulous, and The next job on it though will be to be having a clutch in it, because now we've unleashed all the power, the clutch has started slipping, but it is due. It's done 100,000 miles, so it is about time it had a new clutch as well. So yeah, that is it for this episode of the Anarchy Garage though. Thank you for watching the tour around Smog. See you next time.